Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is David, and if this is the first time you have come across our channel, Tina and I, along with our two pups, Denver and Annie, we do travel videos in our RV. We also do RV park reviews and product reviews and how-to videos. And today, our video is going to be installing the FitcamX 4K dash cam into the Ram. So I'll get into details of what's in the box here in a moment, but this might be something that'll help maybe clear up your dashboard. Ours is getting cluttered, so we're hoping maybe this will help. All right, so let's get started. So there's not a lot of stuff in the box, but it has everything you need. So you're going to have the camera unit. Now this is the entire housing that will take the old housing off of the truck and putting this in place. This will provide us with a camera. It has a rear camera, and then it has the cable that you connect this unit to this rear camera. The instruction booklet, and it has an accessory box that has at least two key items that you're going to need. And that is going to be the connector for the camera to get power, and then secondly, it's going to have your, there we go, it's going to have the tool for removing the housing and getting the cable into place for the backup camera cable. So without further ado, let's get installing this. So when you turn the installation manual over, actually from the front side, you're going to have some QR codes. This should pertain to your specific vehicle. I know it did for mine. And then you're going to get the app either from the Google Store or the Apple Store. So get those downloaded as soon as you get the product in, and it's part of the installation, and it mentions that in the manual. All right, now let's head outside, get the truck ready to go, and let's get this installed. Okay, so we're in the truck, and as you can see, it's almost ridiculous. So here is my existing dash cam, and I have a bundle of wires just sitting right up here because there was no place to put them. And this thing is actually powered from right here. I have this little power adapter thingy, so it powers that. Okay, and then of course this is my camera that I use for hitching up. I have another video on that. Of course, our TST. This has saved us several times now on my phone for navigation, and then my Halo View. But as you can see, that's quite a bit. And what we're going to do today is we are going to pop this cover off right here. Now my truck doesn't have a camera already on it, so what I'll be doing, I'll be gaining a couple things. One, I'll be gaining window space, so this should come down, and then then I'll gain a camera there, and then I should be able to view my cameras from here. Now, one thing I do like about this type of camera though is you can see what you're recording. We'll see what we get when we get the FitcamX installed and what it shows. All right, first thing we're gonna do is take this off. Now, this suction cup was pretty darn good. However, there were times when it would get really hot out and this thing would be dangling. All right, next we are going to get my mirror out of the way, and we're gonna get our supplied, I'll call it a pry tool. I'm not sure what they're actually called. The little blue tool, we're gonna pop that off. Let's make some room here. All right. Okay. So the hardest part so far has been trying to pop this thing off, and it's just like there's no access to anything. All right, so I wasn't expecting that to come off. I guess it does. All right, let's see what we got here now. Well, okay. So as I was tugging away trying to get this base unit off right here, the whole assembly came off. Now it looks like it just kind of snaps into place. Scared me at first because I thought I broke it. All right, but on my unit I have a 2017 Ram 2500. It does not have an in-dash or a built-in camera on it. And the plug on there is kind of buried in there. I hope you can see that. And I'm having an issue getting this case off. It looks like I'm gonna have to take a screwdriver and, sorry about all the shaking here, guys. And I'm gonna have to pry this off right here with a screwdriver. So we're gonna try that and see how that works. Here we go. There we go. Whew, man. All right, so here's our plug, and let's just see how this is all connected. Oh, there's the release. Okay, so let me show you what I found. On the back side of this unit is the tab here that you put. I put a screwdriver in here and pushed up on that tab right here. I hope you can see that. Pushing this tab right here, and that should release that from the connector. All right. Whew. That was a little tough, I'll be honest. All right, now we are going to take our adapter and we are going to plug it in right here. All right, and then the plug that we unplugged from here is going to go right here. All right, so there is that. And then this is going to be our housing, or excuse me, our power for the rear camera. So at least it should be. Well, the power and for the video feed. No, I lied, I'm sorry. This is the camera connection. So we're going to connect the camera now to this. Sorry guys, I don't mean to block the camera view, but it is keyed right there. All right. And now we just have to get all of this in to fit into here. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we're gonna take a few minutes because I need to discuss this. I went ahead and disconnected everything because I could not get this back on, and I actually had to go look to see how this got reinstalled. So I'm gonna take a few moments to show you, should the entire mirror come off, how to get this back on, because it's not as straightforward as you might think. Okay, also, if you have this model RAM, okay, I have a 2017, it uses this type of a connection. Let me show you what it looks like. Let me turn the camera around. So it has this big, like, bolt going through the windshield, and I've been trying to push this thing back on straight forward, but that's not how it goes. So what I'm going to do for this install, so I'm just going to leave everything disconnected. Now let me just back up a little bit. According to the instructions, they did not take this off. Okay, this popped off on me as I was trying to remove the bottom plastic piece. This piece right here. Now it doesn't come off as easy as the video showed. Okay, it has to be pried off. But I think what you can do for this install is you can twist the mirror off to gain access to everything you need, and you don't have to use the little pry tool to pop everything off. So I'm going to put the mirror back on, and then I think let's see, I'll reassemble I'll put the camera on it. So let me just do this. Since everything is external, well, sorta, kinda. Let me go ahead and pop this in place. So here's the mirror. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up the power supply from the mirror to this camera. So that's that. Got the blue tab on it. I said it was keyed earlier. I disconnected it because I was trying to figure out how to do the daggone mirror. All right, so what I'm gonna try to do is just go ahead and snap this in place, because here's the guides right here, right there, that go into this groove on the mirror. So let's see if we can just go ahead and pop that in place first, like so. All right, now we'll need to connect this to the harness up there in a moment. And then the rear cam is going to have to come out somewhere. Tuck this away. All right, there's that. That's a lot of cable to go up in here. All right, so what we're going to do is, I'm not sure where my rear cam. All right, I'll deal with that in a moment. All right. So we're going to have to put the put the mirror back in place. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of cable here, guys. So you're going to have to work with it. All right. And the way you do this, to remount this mirror, so we are going to have to turn it to the side, about the 11 o'clock position, and it should kind of seat up against the glass, and then you're going to turn it clockwise and it locks in place like that. Now, I'll be honest, that scared me. I thought I broke it off, and I thought, well, as soon as I take it to the dealership, it's $1,000. All right, but that's how it goes in and comes off. So if it pops off, which I'd almost recommend taking it off, and to do that, you just grab the entire assembly and turn it left. Now that we got that back on, and that's not busted, we can reassemble this top piece. All right, so we'll pop this back in place. Okay. All right, so I've got the housings in place. It doesn't feel as solid as the factory, okay, guys? So I'll just be honest, it just doesn't feel solid. Plus, there's a bigger gap up top. I'm gonna route the rear cam up here. Now this comes in handy. We're gonna push this back under the housing there. All right. All right, there we go. I guess that's gonna stay in there. Okay, it just feels a little looser than what the factory one was. But that's it. That's the install for the camera. And for the rear camera, we are going to, well, I think first what I'm gonna do is make sure these are working and make sure that the fit is correct. Because see, I'm seeing some gap right over here. Right there, it looks like a little bit more of a gap than I'm happy with. So I might set the fiddle around with that a little bit more, tighten that up. We'll see. If I do that and I get it, I'll let you know. But for now, I think what I'm gonna do is go load the app, and then I'm gonna leave my existing rear camera stuff in place just in the event there's an issue with that. All right, let's fire up the app. All right, guys, so I did get the camera installed. I did not record the steps for connecting to the camera, but it's straightforward. It's in the manual. Basically, you power up your vehicle, you connect to its Wi-Fi, then you come back, and there you go. There is your FitCam. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and double check all of the fittings, like I said earlier, to make sure that excuse me, everything is tight as much as possible. And then I can put the rear camera on and we'll see what the rear camera looks like here on screen as well. And actually what I think I'm going to do, because it's the same thing I did before I did the Red Tiger install, I'm going to verify the rear camera's functioning and all that good stuff before I dedicate my time to running that cable through the headliner. So honestly, I might just put this here and record back this way. That way, there's ever a question about what's going on in the car, you'll see it from here and not just out the back window. All right, let's see. So I got everything turned off. Let's plug this guy up. All right. All right, let's power this thing back on. And let's see what we got. Okay, so I am going to fit this right about here. And the reason I'm moving it here in front of the driver area was because sometimes I put a GoPro here for our recordings and be able to get a little bit of this cable hidden up under the roof line here. All right, so let's see if we can peel this tape off. And we will put it right about there. All right, now. There we go. All right, and as you can see, hi there. Hi. Okay, so that's positioned pretty good. So I'm gonna leave that where it is right here. So I did get the cables kind of tucked up underneath there. I'm just gonna leave this out for the moment. It's it's a lot better than what I had. I had a big bundle sitting up here. The housing did finally seat. It did just kind of popped in position. I was kind of fidgeting around a little bit with the blue tool that they provided, and it just kind of snapped in place eventually. So I think if I were to redo this install, I would, from the original mirror mounting, I would take and just twist the whole thing off. Okay, and that you can twist the whole base and everything, and it comes off of that big bolt that's in the glass there. And then make all your connections and then put it back up. Maybe without this right here, this piece right here, it can snap on and off pretty easy. But the rest of it, you saw the grooves in the housing of the mirror. I don't see any way of getting that off without taking the entire mirror off. Let's see. All right, let's go through some of the setup of the screen of the app. Okay, so here I have set the sound recording. I turned it on. I did up the video resolution to its highest value. I did the loop recording 3 minutes. It was set for 1 minute. I would like for that to have been longer, but 3 minutes is the longest loop. I left the exposure compensation. I just left it where it was. I did change the collision screening from low to medium. Yeah, the sensing, not screening. Collision sensing to medium instead of low. The parking collision, it's not enabled because I don't think I have the parking options. I'm going to reach out to FitcamX and see if that's something that we can add on. The Wi-Fi name and everything, the password. I'm not going to tell you my password, but thanks for asking. And then we got the 64 gig card that is included in this kit. So that is the settings, and that's it. And then we're back to this. And I think we're good to go. So as a recap, like I said, I think I would give this on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being extremely easy and 10 being extremely difficult, I would give this a 5. And again, it was only because it kind of caught me off guard on the mirror installation and how to take that base off and put the new one back on position. In their video, they pop it right off, and it was not like that at all. So make sure you do the following. So any discounts we have, we'll leave a description down below for those discount links. And also, you're going to want to make sure that you have your model number of your car, the year, and all that kind of stuff. And then go on the website and search to find if they have a fit for you. And like I said, there's a reason they call this FitCam. It's because it fits. Okay, I was a little bit skeptical at first, especially when I was having the issue with the mirror, but it actually fits like a glove, and it looks great. Let me give you a quick view of what it looks like on the outside. All right, we're gonna run this through some weekends here coming up, and early next year we will put this to the test. Anything else we come across along the way that is pertinent to this, we'll let you know. And otherwise, we'll talk to you soon.